Met you through a friend of a friend. That night I knew I had to see you again. Next week we were running around town, trying to find trouble to get into. Everybody said we were picture perfect. Late night FaceTime, no sleep worth it. Holding on to every minute like they were all that we were getting. Now looking back, I swear we had it right. But now it's looking like tail lights tearing down a two-lane road. A sad song playing on the radio. Nothing but dust kicking up in the rear view. Good years spinning just like they were meant to. One left turn till you're gone for good. You ain't coming back, but I wish you would. Now I'm watching that Georgia plate fading to the night. Guess that's what goodbye looks like. You said it's not you, it's me. But I guess the grass here wasn't quite so green. Hope you find what you were looking for, 'cause right now what I'm looking towards is tail lights tearing down a two-lane road with a sad song playing on the radio. Nothing but dust kicking up in the rear view. Good years spinning just like they were meant to. One left turn till you're gone for good. You ain't coming back, but I wish you would. Now I'm watching that Georgia plate fading to the night. Yes, that's what goodbye looks like. I thought a love like ours was built to last, but if it was, I wouldn't be here looking at it. Tail lights tearing down a two-lane road, a sad song playing on the radio. Nothing but dust kicking up in the rear view. Good years spinning just like they were meant to. One left turn till you're gone for good. You ain't coming back, but I wish you would. Now I'm watching that Georgia plate fading to the night. Girl, I guess that after all we couldn't get it right. I'm still watching your Georgia plate fading to the night. Yes, that's what goodbye looks like. Yeah, that's what goodbye looks like. Goodbye, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Monday, I was dragging like a rusty old wagon. Tires all flagging, got it down back. This late night red eye overtime habit. Tuesday, Wednesday, no better. Thursday, felt like forever. This struggle bus gotta lead to something. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. The weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a past blue and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance. Staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. Put my lips on a long neck, drink a little of my paycheck. Jackpot, jukebox, when I hear that throwback. George Jones takes me way back, like a Kodak. And I'm I'm smiling, 'cause you're right on time. And finally, hello Friday, I could kiss you. The weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a Pabst Blue and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello Friday, I could kiss you. Hello Friday, I could kiss you. The work weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a Pabst or two and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello Friday, I could kiss you. The weekend really gets me in the mood. Hello Friday, I could kiss you.
Her name is Shayna G with our Friday anthem song. It is called Hello Friday. You know, every Friday is a Good Friday, but this is especially a Good Friday. It is the Friday before Easter. Happy Easter weekend, everybody. Let's get it started with some great country music on the radio tonight. How about that? Jonathan Hilbron kicking off the show, and What a Goodbye Looks Like. Absolutely love that song. Thank you, Jonathan, for sending it our way. And I've got lots of great more country music in a 3-hour show tonight, but I also have a couple of great radio interviews. For the second time, I'm going to get to catch up with my buddy Randy Cobb tonight on hour number 1. And then in hour number 2, I pulled an interview that was recently done from Daniel Rittenhouse from the Tim Kelly Show interview archives tonight. So we'll get to talk to him again, and we're going to hear the stories behind their great songs. Lots of great country music on the radio tonight, too. Lots of artists making their debuts. And so that's always exciting for New Music Friday. And I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the stations that replay this program. Great radio stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, downtheroadradio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Radio 94.3 in Sweden, 957 hotandfunkyradio.com, BooneCountryRadio.com in Canada, KWradio.com, TexasBrewRadio.com in Texas, NBRNonline.com in Nashville, Tennessee, and the Music Room in the UK. You can also stream the Tim Kelly Show on all the major streaming platforms like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, wherever you stream your music. Just Google search the Tim Kelly Show. This song actually released last night at midnight, which would be this morning on a Friday morning. I played it on Wednesday night, and I'm going to play it again tonight for Will Theory. It is called Chevy You Down on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Front porch light in a gravel town. Boots stay dusty when the sun goes down. Never met a guy named Calvin Klein. Ain't no Versace on the clothesline. Only stars we know hang on the wall, and the ones burning bright when the night wind calls. Girl, hop in this Chevy, spend them good years round. Girl, slide on over, I'll Chevy you down. Ain't never on a Ford, won't drive a Dodge. Bow tie Chevy sleeps in my garage. Never mess with that foreign trash. I like my trucks loud when I hit the gas. Bench seat warm from the miles we made. Windows down in the Marlboro haze. Girl, this road don't care where we've been, just cowgirl you down. Never seen the coast of California go, but I've seen heaven in the way you hold. Hair blowing wild through the window frame, laughing soft when you say my name. Good years humming on a dirt road bend, crickets singing like a southern band. Girl, this truck and this old hometown might be all the world we need right now. Be my Bonnie, I'm your Clyde tonight. Cowgirl up, be my ride or die. Girl, climb in, let's roll out of this town. Moonlight falling and the radio loud. Moonshine sweating in a mason jar. Girl, you light me up like a midnight star. Ain't no freeway lights, ain't no crowd. Come a little closer, I'll chevy you down. Barefoot twisting on the tailgate rail, your shadow swinging in the summer air. Radio humming my outlaw sound while the stars spin slow around this town. Be my Bonnie, I'm your Clyde tonight. Cowgirl up, be my ride or die. Girl, climb in, let's roll out of this town. Moonlight falling and the radio loud. Moonshine sweating in a mason jar. Girl, you light me up like a midnight star. Ain't no freeway lights, ain't no crowd. Come a little closer, I'll chevy you down. Two-lane road and the speakers loud. Girl, tonight I'm gonna chevy you down. Chevy you down. Chevy you down. Girl, pull me close right here, right now. Let me chevy you down.
End of the week, turn it up, let it play. Tim Kelly's on, it's your favorite day. Fresh tracks rolling down your way. New voices singing, gonna make you stay. It's the Tim Kelly Show, New Music Friday. Best new indie country all day. Turn that dial, don't you go away. The Tim Kelly Show, New Music Friday.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Even though I'm still a tame one, only sunshine in my mind, I could feel those little wheels are spinning, just a step behind. Kept on checking all my edges for the files I couldn't see. Pulled them in and learned to love them till they lost their hold on me. Oh, those wheels kept on turning, but I refused to give in. Got the dirt still on my boots from riding all the horses from within. Yeah, the days they tried to break me, but I learned how to release control. 'Cause you bounce back so much faster when you let God run your show. Found the quiet was a teacher when the noise got in my way. Every corner had a message, every mirror had its say. So I gathered up the pieces, let the chaos realign, turned the storms into a roadmap till the path came clear this time. Oh, those wheels kept on turning, but I refused to give in. Got the dirt still on my boots from riding all the horses from within. Yeah, the days they tried to break me, but I
walking with a light step, but the fire's burning strong. All the lessons made me sharper, 'cause I stopped getting it wrong. When I quit trying to steer it, life fell right into its flow. And the wheels that used to haunt me are the ones that made me grow. Oh, those wheels kept on turning, but I refused to give in. Got the dirt still on my boots from riding all the horses from within. Yeah, the days they tried to break me, but I learned how to release control. 'Cause you bounce back so much faster when you let God run your show.
That is a brand new song from Princess Peace on the New Music Friday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. It is called Wheels. I love that song. I'm going to play it till the wheels fall off. Absolutely love that. Man, there's some good guitar licks in there, some drumming. Man, that is all good stuff. And her vocals. Oh, my goodness. I look forward to our interview that is going to air later on this summer, I think on August the 5th. Princess Peace. Go follow her all over social media, and you can come and hang out with her right now. And all of us on my TikTok account at Tim Kelly On Air. We are live over there. I'm live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio, and I'm also live on Facebook as well. 3 things going on and a bunch of people chatting. I love it. We got it going on tonight on this New Music Friday. How about another talented young lady by the name of Stacey Blanton? It is STACEY on Stacey. This is called What Are You Drinking? Mostly NyQuil this week on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Some days you are a cold beer on a dusty summer porch, a familiar kind of comfort when I'm feeling scorched. You're predictable and steady, a simple faded grin, the kind of smooth company I let myself sink in. You don't ask for too much, and you don't burn me down. You're just an easy go lover when you're sticking around this town. But I never know who's coming home when you walk through that door. Is it the easy drinking lager or the whiskey you want more? Will it be the bourbon strong or tequila? It's a street. It's a different kind of dizzy every single time we speak. Your barroom choices from the top shelf to the well, and loving you is a single shot of heaven and a double shot of hell. Your top shelf bourbon, aged and smooth and deep, pouring promises like amber that you know you'll never keep. You got that smoky, sexy look, that sweet soldier charm. That'll leave you in, you swear you'll never do me any harm. You pull me in so close and fast, your words are warm and low, and I'm drunk on the illusion, believing I'm a one-girl show. And I never know who's coming home when you walk through that door. Is it the easy drinking lager or the whiskey you want more? Will it be the bourbon strong or tequila? It's a street. It's a different kind of dizzy every single time we speak. Your barroom choices from the top shelf to the well, and loving you is a single shot of heaven and a double shot of hell. When the tequila shows up, there's a fire in your soul. It's all blurred lines and restless, lost of all control. We're fighting in the kitchen, that we're dancing in the rain, forgetting all the reasons, ignoring all the pain. Your mama says you're wildfire, and I should walk away, but I'm the one who loves to stand there and watch the monster play. But I never know who's coming home when you walk through that door. horses from the top shelf to the well. And loving you is a single shot of heaven and a double shot of hell.
This hour of The Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Matthew Child Music. Check out Matthew Child Music on the Sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and at MatthewChildMusic.com.
Walked into this little Texas bar just to get out of the rain. She was drinking there all by herself. I said I'll have the same. Then I sat down by the neon light and I tried to guess her name. Not for nothing I could not get it right. It wasn't darling, honey, or Jane. Then I called her Margarita. Came out without thinking. But I just called her Margarita, 'cause that's what we were drinking. We started talking and she cracked a smile. Time was all we had to blame. She disappeared into a taxi after last call. The only thing is I never got her name. But then I called her Margarita. It came out without thinking. But I just called her Margarita, 'cause that's what we were drinking. I still think about her now and again in that bar in the rain. I got a smile on the first night that we met. Such a shame I never got her name. But then I called her Margarita. It came out without thinking. Without thinking. But I just called her Margarita, 'cause that's what we were drinking. Yeah, that's what we were drinking.
That is a brand new single making its radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday, getting played for the very first time. Matthew Child is the artist on that one. It is called Margarita. Several drinking songs on the radio already tonight. We hope you have a safe and happy Easter weekend. Do not drink and drive. The life you save could be mine, and I sure do appreciate that. We want to see you back here next week. I'll be on the air twice next week on Thursday and Friday nights, both times at 7 p.m. Central Time. Matthew Child is also a great songwriter. He's got some great demos in the KICR Songwriter Showcase. You can check out his player on KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Just click that KICR Songwriter Showcase tab and scroll down to Matthew Child. And if you hear something you like and you're an artist and you want to record it, his email is right under that player. You can reach out to him. And he is also a sponsor of the Tim Kelly Show. Absolutely love that. Wesley Spangler, my good friend I've known for quite a while, is up next. You and I Can Be Us, and then my first radio interview with Randy Cobb right after that on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on this good New Music Friday.
nights. We've come so far through dark and light. Now we're standing here, hand in hand, so you and I can be us. Two hearts beating as one. Our journey's only just begun. With each step, each promise, each day that passes, you and I can be us. Long talks in the evening, walk side by side, sharing our stories as the days go by, chasing our dreams till our dreams come true, and believe you and I can be us. Two hearts beating as one. Our journey's only just begun. With each step, each promise, each day that passes, you and I can be us. Coffee in the morning, talks late at night, supporting each other through the wrong and right, building a home with this love so true that will see you and I become us, come true. It's not always easy, but we'll find our way. Living and learning so much each day. Our love is a compass that guides us through to a future that's waiting for me and for you. Two hearts beating as one. Our journey's only just begun. Each step, each promise, each day that passes, you and I can be us. So you and I can be us. Yes, you and I can be us.
It's a brand new week. You know what that means. Fresh tracks rolling in, chasing big small town dreams. The Tim Kelly Show, new music Friday. Turn it up loud, let the new stars play. Indie country gold coming your way. The Tim Kelly Show, new music
Listening to the Tim
Friday.
Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is New Music Friday. I'm playing the best in new country music, and I've got some great radio interviews on the program tonight. My good friend Randy Cobb is up next. How are you tonight, my friend?
Man, I'm just fine and dandy. Thank you. How you doing, Tim? I know you've been a bit, you've been under the weather a little bit,
A
man.
little bit, yep.
Kind of worried about you for a minute, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I've still got somewhat of a voice, but I absolutely love hearing yours on the radio. That's for sure. I've been playing you for some time, and you're working with my good friend Nicole Zeller from Brickshore Media, too, so that's good stuff.
Man, Nicole is awesome, man.
Yes, she is.
She's a good old chick. You know, she likes to hunt and fish and all those things us rednecks like to do. It's good stuff.
Right on. And congratulations to her and her husband, soon-to-be husband, Jim. They're going to get married here in about 6 months, too.
Yeah, I heard, man. I don't know if that's, I hope that's a good thing. You know how that
Yeah,
is.
right. Absolutely. Well, mine's worked out pretty good my second time around.
Well, that's good. I never did I did the first one.
I'm a couple of wives behind the great Johnny Carson still, but it's a pleasure to have you on this show. I'll tell you what, I've been looking forward to our second radio interview. We had a blast on our first. And you grew up in Pensacola, Florida, or you was born and raised there in Pensacola, but you moved to Alabama.
That's right.
And have started making a life in Alabama. So I'll tell you what, that group Alabama is my wife's favorite.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't go Randy Owens and the boys. Hey, Randy and the boys are awesome. Man.
Right? Still
There's
do.
a whole, what they have, 60-something #1 hits or something
Oh, it's
like
crazy like that, yeah, and still doing their thing. And a buddy of mine, Chemo Forrest, still plays guitar for them. And then they've got their own band, Cash Creek, that I've had on the radio a couple of times too. So that's good stuff.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, one of my buddies, Tommy Harden was playing the drums with him for a while. I'm not sure if he's with them or not, but man, Tommy's a solid skin player. I mean, he's a jam-up dude and jam-up musician for sure.
That's awesome. You're playing your guitar in front of an old Dodge pickup truck that looks like a Dodge Ram, and boy, that's some good-looking stuff right out there in the weeds of a field and all the country stuff going on around you.
Yeah, that's right. That might be a shot. We was in Tennessee doing a little shot. Man,
Okay.
I can't.
That's awesome. And you are that country boy. It says you are an avid outdoorsman. You like to hunt and fish and do all that stuff. Man, if you ever come to Branson, this is the Tri-Lakes area, I'll turn you on to some good fishing here for sure.
Do you do some fishing yourself?
I do. I do a bunch of it when I have the time. Mm-hmm.
Well, man, I'll get you out there and let me school you on some fishing.
There you go. I love to bass fish. Largemouth bass is my deal. Mm-hmm.
That's I love to bass fish. I'm a bass fishing fool, and that's
Well,
what I like to do.
30 minutes away. We've got one here in Branson, too, but 30 minutes north is the world headquarters of Bass Pro Shops. I'll give you that tour.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man.
Yep, you can go to the home store and see all of that cool stuff. And so, yeah, we'd have a lot of fun. Let's talk country music, though, and how you got into country music. Back in 2012, you kind of shifted gears and started your own trucking company and took a break for a while, but you're back and going stronger than ever.
Yeah, I did, man. Back in 12 is when I started my trucking company, and then we was in the middle of being pitched into a lot of these labels, and I think we pitched to Warner Brothers a time. I think in 14, into 14, first to 15, and it didn't work out. So man, I just kept moving forward my trucking company, and that's what we did. You know.
Yep. But you've you've shared the stage with a lot of big names and clubs and fairs and festivals and all that around the Southeast, so that's good stuff, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Who are some of those big names that it doesn't say on your website that we might know?
Oh, I did a bunch of shows with, like Craig Morgan, Daryl Worth, did some stuff with Al Dean way back.
Wow.
Did Mark Wills, and I can't think, Ricochet.
Oh, that's good stuff.
It was just some. I had some good times with some of them guys. They're good folks, man. You know.
Absolutely. Aren't the country artists so willing to help the independents too? And help you get going, and maybe do some co-writes together, duets, things like that. Just all of that kind of cool stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. They're. They were all independents at one time, too, I'm sure.
Right, absolutely. Yep. And, that music still resonates with us today. And, in fact, that 90s country I talk about all the time that got me into country radio is 36 years old this year. Can you believe that?
Yeah, wow, that's crazy, man.
Isn't that something? Who resonated with you so much back in the day that made you want to do something in country music? Was it something you listened to on the radio growing up or what?
I think so, man. I think I just, all the, my favorite is like Keith Wheeler. He's like, he's a hero, but listen to him and Earl Thomas Conley and John Conley, all those guys back in the day, AJ and, huge fan of Toby and all that stuff, so, that's kind of where definitely I resonate. I resonated with all that stuff. It all resonated in my soul, their music. So absolutely.
You're making a playlist for what I've got airing right now on my classic country radio station. If you love that classic country like he's talking about right now, go to KICRIndyCountryRadio.com and click that classic country station tab. And that's what I listen to when I'm going up and down the road in my pickup truck.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I love it. And my voice is on there as well. I do some production for that station. We got it playing 24/7, and I love that. So, yeah, that's good stuff. Now, your love for country music, of course, and love for music never faded, even though you took that break. And so I'm glad to see you back because you sure got a voice for country music, that's for sure.
Man, I thank you for that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
You can thank God for that, too.
100%. Hey, you're about him, man.
That is a God-given talent that you're sharing with the world, and I think country music and the stories that you tell in these songs is the same kind of deal.
Yeah, man. I think it's kind of what drew me to country music is the stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's like because most people write. They write, what they've experienced. A lot of guys now. I'm not sure about everyone, but I like the ones that are really telling a story about what went on. So I think that's kind of cool. I love that kind of stuff, and that's how I write, man.
Yep.
This way,
Well, you're absolutely correct. They do write that kind of stuff, whether it's problems that they've had with alcoholism, drugs, whatever. I've interviewed Wade Jennings. He lived that outlaw lifestyle like his grandpa, the great Waylon Jennings. And now he's the father of 6 kids. And he said, I just want to be a better person and a better dad to my kids. I had to get off all that stuff and quit that thing. And, for him to talk about it and write about it and sing about it in his songs, I mean, that's the real deal.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
So that's good stuff. And speaking of outlaw country, there's so many genres within country music. We've got that, and down in Texas, you got the red dirt country going on. You got the pop country. Some of these young artists, female and male, make that. I love a little bit of all of that. And are you kind of that way too, like a little bit of wide variety of everything?
Yeah, pretty much so. I mean, my playlist is my daughter usually turns me on to like some of the newer guys or whatever, man. But I'm pretty much a traditional guy. Now, I do like some newer stuff. Like I love like this Morgan Wallen guy.
Yep.
I love what he's doing. Of course, Zach Top is like
yes, sir.
I love his vocal and all that. What's his name? Gavin
McGraw or something?
No, I forget that. Let me tell you what. Hold on. I got one. I bought one of his songs the other day, man, and I just thought it was really, really cool, man. What he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. What is his name? Gavin Adcock.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Jake Worthington, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So yeah, a lot of those younger guys. Of course, Ella Langley, man, she's awesome.
Yep. Cody Johnson from Texas.
Cody Johnson, yes. So I like, Ella's grew up about 30 minutes from where I'm at,
Is that right?
County. Yeah, she's just right around the corner there.
Wow, she's doing awesome. I have had Jake Worthington on my program, and we got to meet him a couple of times when he was performing in Springfield, Missouri, and he gives me a shout-out off of the stage for being one of the first DJs to play him as an independent artist and kind of launch his career, and now he's a big, big deal, doing great, and he loves Keith Whitley, too, so much that he's gotten married and has a little daughter, and her name is Whitley.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So that is awesome. He's a family man now, and it's great to see that too. And I know you're a family man as well, and you're doing great in the world of country music. And there's nothing better than having that family support when you're trying to do this thing, right?
That's correct. You gotta have it, man. I mean, it's very important, man. So absolutely.
You bet.
You're saying that he liked Whitley so much he named his daughter after Whitley, which I think is cool. But I've always respected Whitley a whole lot, and I love his vocals. I got a lot of his stuff, man, but I never covered none of his tunes. And I'm like, man, I can never do that guy justice.
Yeah, wow.
I always play off of his stuff. I'm just enjoy listening to what that guy did, man.
Now that's something right there, because you've got a voice, brother, and I guarantee you could probably do him justice. But to pay that kind of respect to Keith Whitley, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, man, I just let him do his thing, man, and I just soak it in. That's truth be known, probably some of my vocal licks come from that cat. I can't really say for sure. I never try to sound like no one. I just try to be myself, But, when you listen to somebody so much, I'm sure there's going to be some undertones or something that you would grasp.
Yeah.
Maybe unintentionally here or there, you know, when you're laying the vocals down or whatever, you know.
Right. I got to meet his son, Jesse Keith Whitley, in 2023. I hosted Freedom Jam USA in St. Louis, Missouri, and I was asked to do that, and that was a pleasure to do that. And we got to meet him and hang out. That dude can rock the stage as well. But he was 2 years old when he lost his dad. And, you know, at a longer point of time, as time goes by, he's realizing growing up the legacy that his dad left in the world of country music. And he tries to do his part in paying homage to that, too, and keep that legacy alive. So.
Well, that's awesome. I've met Jesse a few times in the past, too. It's been, I've seen him, but definitely have.
Yep. Love his mom, Lori Morgan, too. She's amazing.
I think he was kind of like her security, head of her security thing. I think detail when on the road, I believe.
Wow. He brought her tour bus. He was in her tour bus when he came to Freedom Jam over there in St. Louis. So we got to step inside and see her tour bus, too. He said, you know, he could have all the snacks, but everything else he couldn't touch. Let's talk about your first song, Alabama Revisited, Alabama Sticks Revisited. Tell us about this one.
Man, you know what? I wrote that song years ago, and then, man, my promotion company got a hold of it, and they're like, man, we really like the tempo, and we like the story on this song. It really goes with your brand, Randy, because you're just an old Alabama redneck, and that's pretty much how we wrote the song. Those are things we did. There's things kids do right now. Probably not, I mean, as adults, people do that right now. It's really one of those true story songs, man.
Right.
The song's pretty solid. My good buddy and mentor and producer Jeff King, man, he heard the song and he had the vision, man, and he laid it in there. That guitar work and all, he killed it, man. It's
that is
good.
awesome. You know, my second love is comedy, and I like going back and looking at that Blue Collar Comedy tour with Jeff Foxworthy and Ron White and those guys, and Larry the Cable Guy and Bill Lingvall, and all of the funny jokes that they can tell, and all the stuff that you know, Jeff Foxworthy used to lead up to, saying you might be a redneck.
Oh yeah.
So I still follow his page and see a lot of that on Facebook, but I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than that pure country music that comes out of that lifestyle, huh?
Oh, 100%, man. It's real stories. That's what we do. You know, I mean,
You bet.
You know, it is what it's just how God made us. You know, country is a lifestyle. It's not a fad, man. I mean, you're either or you ain't.
Yep.
You know, if you ain't, I'm sorry, you're missing out on a whole bunch of fun stuff.
That's right. Country is cornbread. I've heard that phrase a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Randy Cobb, you're awesome. We're going to play Alabama Sticks Revisited. We'll come back and talk about two more great songs. And this is a New Music Friday edition of the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, with Randy Cobb and Alabama Sticks Revisited on the air.
Riding shotgun in a four-wheel drive. There's a full moon a-blaring on this Alabama night. Me and my boys looking for some fun, raising hell, chasing tail in that midnight sun. Turned left by the field, parked by the gate. Heard Waylon and Merle, Keith Whitley, then some Blake. Jumped on over, walked on in, and I said, my name's Randy, these boys are my friends. They were angels around, trouble in their eyes, with their pretty flannel shirts and their cut-off covered thighs. Dancing around, beers in their hands, by the water, by the fire, man, they were raising some sand. And I smiled at one, she winked back at me. Next thing I knew, she was teaching birds and bees. What a night to remember, never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama sticks. Now we couldn't believe we had come on such a dream, with these country little cuties way out here in the trees. Me and my boys looking for some fun. What a time that we found under the midnight sun. That's the way it goes. Stuff is for real when you're riding shotgun with your buddies by the field. What a night to remember. Never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama sticks. There were angels around, such a dream with these country little cuties way out here in the trees. What a night to remember. Never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama sticks. Alabama, 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 Alabama sticks.
His name is Randy Cobb. That is called Alabama Sticks Revisited. That is a fantastic song, and we'll talk about your social media and where folks can get their hands on it here in just a minute. But we were talking while that song was playing about all the hard work that goes into making this music and putting on these live shows behind the scenes. It's not easy being an independent artist, is it? It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, man. There's a lot of people. It takes a whole family to get in there behind you to make
Yes,
it
it
happen.
does.
And
And
then, it's weird. It's like people don't understand. It's like I think the transition from independent to mainstream can happen pretty quick with just one song, right?
mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
and like you could be like, bam, and people are like, man, where'd this guy come from? He just showed up out of nowhere. They
Yep.
had no idea that the twists and turns and fallbacks and everything else it takes
You're exactly right.
to get to that spot. And you know, and the odds are against you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just reality. I mean, people, you know, I remember when I moved to Nashville, because, you know, I was doing all these shows in the Southeast and all, like you were talking about, and I was opening up for some big acts, and,
Uh-huh.
you know, you get all your folks that believe in you behind, pumping you up. Yeah, man, they're going to sign you right away. You ain't going to have no problem. Nah, that ain't the case.
Doesn't quite work like that.
No, it don't, because as good as you think you are, there's 1,000 of them in front of you
Yeah.
that's a hell of a lot better than you'll ever be,
Right.
probably, and they're not even getting what they think. You know, I mean, it's just a grind. I think you can never give up on your
Right.
dream.
To go back to Keith Whitley, it's not like one of his famous songs, Don't Close Your Eyes. You got to keep your eyes wide open and watch your back in this business, don't you?
Oh, it's just, there's a lot that goes on, man. I mean, it's a constant grind. Even when you get to mainstream status, you still have to continue. I mean, you still got to put out
Right.
badass. I mean, you got to. I mean, it's
Yep.
like you can't put out something out there that just because you wrote it and you think it's good,
Yeah.
don't mean it cut the mustard. Because I mean, you got to put out some awesome music to keep up with what's going on.
Well, and that's
So,
exactly what you do. From the first time you emailed me a song, you have been fantastic. Every song has been better than the next, and I can always say New Country's Best, our tagline behind your music. So it's a win-win, brother, and we're going to put you out on 13 radio stations around the world tonight.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yep.
I appreciate him. I
You bet.
appreciate all the help you give us independents. Man, there's a lot that goes on, you know, and I miss a lot. And I'm sorry, it's not intentional. Like when you send out stuff, a lot of times I'm just in the middle of something and I'm not able to get to it. But I am greatly appreciative of what you guys do for us. Because like you said, man, it's like you guys have given us independent guys some of the first airplay. Man, that's such a huge lifter up thing. When you first get those plays, it's very, very important, man, to us for
Yeah,
sure. You know?
absolutely. Well, you are so welcome. It is a pleasure to play your music, and I think it is music that needs to be heard and stories that need to be told. And when you go through that process of putting your heart and your soul out there in a song and wanting to tell that story, it does make you appreciate the stations that play it, because you know that that's getting out there to the world and somebody's going to benefit from it. And that is, showing really your God-given talent, and you're giving it back to the world by doing that too.
Absolutely. I always say as a songwriter, man, if I can touch one person and let them, and they understand that, hey, man, I put my shoes and my pants on just like that fella does. It's hurting.
Right.
And I've probably do the exact same pains that he's going through or she's going through right now. Because, you know, a lot of times when you're in those situations, you wonder, man, does anybody else ever feel like this? Are you
Right on.
here before? Well, I'm here to tell you, we have, man, and you're not alone in this world. And a lot of times people do go through things alone, and it's even tough.
Yeah.
It's tougher than.
Just going through the daily activities of making a living, and you owning your own trucking company, and now you know the price of diesel and everything just keeps going up and up and up. So people are struggling everywhere around the country and around the world right now, and you're helping them with that country music by them going to get to see you in a live show and taking some of that pressure off for a few hours and getting to hear these stories and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, 100%. When you hear a song, man, that relates to what's going on in your soul, it's a game changer.
It
I
is.
mean, it always was. It was like I would listen to that song 10 times in a row, and it would just release. It would just kind of release in my soul, or would have me all bound up or hurting. You know,
Yep.
So if I could get with some people, man, with my music, man, I'm way in front of the game. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got it. For the last week, I can relate to just the title of this next song. It's called Hard to Breathe. That's been me with this cold I've had, and I'm just getting over. But tell us about what it's really about. We want to hear the real story.
Well, you know, it ain't nothing like that. I can promise you.
Can you come back from that segue?
That was so funny, man. Hey, that's like following the back door of the shovel.
I know, right?
No, Hard to Breathe is really just like a love song, man. It's like, and you've been married for many years, happily married, and
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that. But you know, in your dating, when you're trying to, you know, figure out, you know, whatever that is, you know, it's always a puzzle to me, man. So, but you know, there's always that person that you've always like was interested in, but always afraid to like make the first move, right?
Right.
And when you finally do, and then it's like the song's like first moves made, and then it's like things are better than you could ever imagine. That person was like having the same kind of feeling, man. And so that's the segue into the song, and we just get into just enjoying each other and having a good time, man. And it was just a great little love story, man.
I love it. The third song going to kick off the top of the next hour is called The Sand. I have been playing this one like crazy. This will be the 14th time that I've played it, just so you know. And I love the story that it tells. And you even mentioned my boys, the Three Stooges, in here, man. I love that, too.
Yeah, that's right. And I started writing that song 11 years before I finished it. And, you know, it talks, I mean, all that stuff in there is real. You know, like you just said, I mean, a lot of the stuff we wrote in there are things we seen as kids, you know. So, and the sand is a metaphor of time. And we're talking about wish we could stop it somehow in that funny-looking glass. Well, the sand is wish we could stop that sand running in that hourglass. When you're young, you can't wait to be older and be able to do things.
Right.
But you know, an older person, and you start experiencing life and having children, and you start losing people around you, you wish you could stop that time. You wish you could stop that sand running in that hourglass, and that's really what it's about.
You know, these shows are 3 hours long. It's what I call the fastest 3 hours in radio. These interviews around 30 minutes. They sure do fly by, and this one sure has. But, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you and having you back on, Randy.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me, Tim. I appreciate you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you do, man. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Where can folks find Randy Cobb after this interview is over if they want to check out more and find you on social media and that kind of thing?
So now I got a website. It's randycobbmusic.com, and that's to go to all of my stuff there. There's all kind of stuff on that page. Also, my username is Randy Cobb Music for all your socials, so your Facebooks and Instagram, TikTok, all that. And then for your DSP, your digital service platforms, you know, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, it's Randy Cobb Music as well. So my username, Randy Cobb Music, will get you to me everywhere.
All right. And go check out some of his videos on YouTube. You can actually check out the one to the sand on my TV channel. That is ICTV. That stands for Indie Country Television. It's been playing over there for a while, rotation 24/7. So you can check out the video to the sand, give it some love, and subscribe to his YouTube channel too. It's awesome. You got some great videos on there that really tell the story of the songs. I love it.
I appreciate you, Tim. Yeah, absolutely. Also, they're playing this on American Country Network as well.
There you go.
They just up the rotation 3 times a day on that. I'm ACN. Y'all check that out.
You
as well.
bet. I'm well familiar with them. They got a pretty good looking tour bus with ACN on the side of it too.
They do. It's a current CRS. I was invited on that tour bus.
There you go.
With some guys from ACN, man, which is really, really cool. And, yeah, they got some good stuff going on over there, man.
Well, you do too, my friend. And you're working with my good friend Nicole Zeller from Brickshore Media that set this up. I met her in Nashville in 2018. We've been friends, good friends ever since. And I want to thank her and you guys for doing the interview tonight. It's been fantastic.
Awesome, man. Thank you, Tim.
You are welcome. We're going to play Hard to Breathe and The Sand from Randy Cobb on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on this New Music Friday.
I'm sitting at home all alone, nothing's on, not expecting that old phone to ring. With the heavenly movies, timing's always true. I wonder what this call would bring. Well, 7 come 11, think those angels up in heaven, best things in this life for free. Not looking for something, but she's what I've been missing. Thank God for what she said to me. I ride over the hill near the county line, down to the river on the Bama side, to bring some peace and comfort in a time of need. Jigger a flame in the by her side, gaze at the flicker there in her eyes. That look can make this boy's heart skip a beat. I thank God I'm who she needs in her time of need. Just one kiss from her red soft lips makes it hard to breathe. Now we're laughing and talking about the line she's been walking, wondered what her late call would bring. Her feeling, I knew I'd been there too. I wondered what she'd say to me. This moment we're in, I hope it never ends. Riding that line to sin. On a blanket we're making nothing thoughts. We've been thinking that moon is shining off her skin. Bama side, to bring some peace and comfort in a time of need. Jigger a flame in the by her side, gaze at the flicker there in her eyes. That look can make this boy's heart skip a beat. I thank God I'm who she needs in her time of need. Just one kiss from her red soft lips makes it hard to breathe. Makes it hard to breathe. Oh, sure makes it hard to breathe. Nah, baby, we ain't done yet.
best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
We was just kids and found those 78s. Suppertime sun was a TV dinner plate. Mama did dishes, Daddy went to work. Saturdays was fun, Sundays were for church. Old John G. over yonder, sitting there on his porch, with a Henry and his hound dog whistling while he worked. Right there down the road, those kids are jumping rope, smiling and laughing, just some good hometown folks. Oh, what I'd give to go back there, just a fun-filled kid, not a worry, not a care. Saying, you know it sure runs fast, wish I could stop it somehow in that funny-looking glass. Things are different now, but in some ways still the same. Mom and Dad are gone, never knew I'd feel such pain. Tomorrow I've learned, man, it's such a blessing. So pretty as it rises and so peaceful as it's setting. We loved Kangaroo and Rogers, Foghorn Bugs and Pepe Le Pew. I turned the knob for the Rascals, the Stooges, and good old Andy too. And right there during dinner, when Walter came on at night, they cried for Vietnam, prayed for those who fight. Black and white on the TV, it's just the way it was. Not just there on the tube, y'all, but through Daddy's tough love. Yeah, what I'd give to go back there, just a fun-filled kid, not a worry, not a care. Saying, you know it sure runs fast, wish I could stop it somehow. Just a fun-filled kid, not a worry, not a care. Saying, you know it sure runs fast, wish I could stop it somehow in that funny-looking glass. Oh, I miss you, Mama. Yes, I miss you, Dad.
His name is Randy Cobb. RandyCobbMusic.com is his brand new website. Head over there and check out more from Randy Cobb. He is fantastic. Thank you, brother, for doing the radio interview with me tonight. And he's been checking us out on Facebook. Lots of people have been checking you out all over social media. They're loving you on YouTube and over here on TikTok as well at Tim Kelly On Air. You're getting lots of great feedback. They absolutely love the songs. They love the stories, and they love your voice. And I do too. I am a fan. So that interview after the live show is over tonight will go in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. You can check out that tab at the top of KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and check out the video to the sand on ICTV. That stands for Indie Country Television. That also at the top of KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm live on that website right now from the live show capital of the world, Branson, Missouri, and we're getting ready to kick off hour number 2 of the show. I've got more great music on the way. Friday. Lots of new Music Friday stuff and a good vibe for this show. But I've also got another great radio interview that I pulled from the Tim Kelly Show interview archive. So Daniel Rittenhouse, if you missed our first interview, you're going to get to hear a repeat of it tonight. This young man has a brand new song out to radio. His name is Eddie Johnson. This is called Big Red Truck on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this new music, Good Friday.
Granddaddy was a blue-collar man, spent all his life just working with his hands. He dropped out of high school to work on cars. Bought the truck used back in '94, had a rusty tailgate and a dent in the door, but he fixed her up and he made that chrome shine. And we rode down the highway singing George Jones. Couple good old boys just joking and carrying on. Some people say you can't buy happiness. That big red truck is the closest I'll ever give. Was the end of the year, senior prime, me and Jenny were going strong. I pulled up to her house just about 6. You should have seen her blue eyes, the satin dress and my bow tie. Some things are just picture perfect. And we rode down the highway singing George Jones. Somewhere in between love and the middle of the road. Some people say you can't buy happiness. That big red truck is the closest I'll ever get. Well, it may not be a Cadillac or a mansion on the hill, but you can't replace those times and the way they made me feel. And we rode down the highway singing George Jones. Couple good old boys just joking and carrying on. Some people say you can't buy happiness. That big red truck is the closest I'll ever get. Yeah, we rode down the highway singing them old songs. Couple good old boys just joking and carrying on. Some people say you can't buy happiness. That big red truck is the closest I'll ever get. She still runs. Good old big red truck.
This hour of the Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Willie John Music. Check out Willie John Music on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and at Willie John Music on Facebook.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do. Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
I get up every morning, cup of coffee in my hand. I head off to work cause I'm a blue-collar man. I'm working all day with sweat on my brow. Got my radio cranking country music up loud. With mud on my boots and sawdust in the air. Waving at the girls as they drive by and stare. But they don't matter, you're my number one girl, which makes me the luckiest man in the world. I'm driving down this nail, then I'm driving home to you. Cause baby, there ain't nothing this country boy can do. A few more hours, I'm on my way. I'm feeling pretty good after a 12-hour day. Been working real hard and I made a little cash. Got my four-wheel floored and filled up with gas. I'm taking you out and I know you look your best. But baby, could you wear that tiny black dress? I'm the luckiest man from what I see. Oh, baby, you don't know what you're doing to me. I'm the luckiest man. You are my girl. I'm the luckiest man in the whole damn world. I'm the luckiest man from what I see. Oh, baby, you don't know what you're doing to me. I'm the luckiest man. You are my girl. I'm the luckiest man in the whole damn world. Well, I'm the best damn worker that you'll ever see. I'm just thinking that girl home waiting on me. Cause I'm the luckiest man from what I see. Oh, baby, don't know what you're doing to me. I'm the luckiest man. You are my girl. I'm the luckiest man in the whole damn world.
His name is Willie John Hicks. John is Jon. Willie John Music is where you can find him on Facebook and social media, and also on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. He is one of the great sponsors of this program, and the sponsors are also scrolling across all day, all night at 24/7 on the homepage at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com as well, right just above or below the music player that I've got going on right now called Radio Boss. So they're real close. So if you want to stop that scroll, every second and a half another one comes by. So click on one of their logos. It'll take you right to their stuff and what they got going on in the world of country music. This next lady's got it going on. Her name is Cheryl Nye. We'll send this one out to Kelsey Parker, listening to us live in Maryland. The Way I Need to Be Loved by You from Cheryl Nye on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best.
All right, I guess I'm supposed to talk. How about another talented young lady in the world of country music? She is from north of the border in Canada, my good friend Faye Tower. This is called World Run by Men on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio. How about a radio station run by men, all right? New Country's best on this New Music Friday.
All day long, making his coffee and answering his phone. He gets the raises, promotions, and oh, she gets to type her fingers to the bone. Storms from the office yelling loud as she can. I'm a poor working girl in a world run by me. Works all day, 5 days a week. Comes home at night, just can't sleep. But the cooking and the cleaning and the washing the floor, mom ain't up, she ain't taking no more. Storms at the house yelling loud as she can. I'm a poor working girl in a world run by me. A world run by me. Work a week long just like a man. On the weekends I play with my band. Travel around with all of my gear. Rockin' hockey talk music the girls wanna hear. I need a big break, but I understand. I'm a poor working girl in a world run by me. This working girl's gotta get some credit. It's about time that we get it. Work just as hard as any man can. I'm just poor working girls in a world run by me. Girls in a world run by working girls in a world run by men.
Turn it up, feel right.
Got your favorites and the ones you couldn't find.
Fresh from the heart, straight to your dial tonight. It's that Friday kind of shine. The Tim Kelly Show, New Music Friday. Spinning all the best in indie country sound. Turn it loud, don't you go. Let the weekend start this way. New voices, new stories rolling into town. The Tim Kelly Show, New Music Friday. Playing all the best in new indie country now.
Oh, yeah.
I close my eyes, but I know you're there. All the pain that I've had, all the sleepless nights that I've cried in the silence. I know you hear me cry. The world makes me weak, but you make me strong. And those nights that I lie there in pain, you hear me cry. You hear me cry. These scars, they'll fade. The pain, the suffering, the constant pain you'll take away. You'll heal me from this flesh and bone. The world I'll place my prayers in your sweet grace, 'cause one day I'll meet you there. The world makes me weak, but you make me strong. In those nights that I'm in pain, you hear me cry.
What a powerful song and brand new music from my good friend Nick Taylor. It is Tayler on Taylor. Nick Taylor Music is where you can find him on social media. You Can Hear Me Cry. Man, I can hear that song all night long. That is a good one right there, and I'm going to keep playing that one. And happy New Music Friday. Happy Easter, everybody, and happy Good Friday tonight. Glad you're here with us, and we're getting you ready for a great weekend, and we hope you have a great, safe Easter weekend. After one more song, my second radio interview of the evening is going to happen. Daniel Rittenhouse is going to join us. This is a replay interview, and I drew it out of the Tim Kelly Show interview archives, so enjoy that interview. He's got some great music, and you'll get to hear the stories behind 3 of his great songs after Danny Spyro. His brand new single is called Hating Your Name on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
It seems like the only word anybody knows, and I can't escape it. Right as the ink on this arm, and I can't erase it. Now the thought of it hurts like a Bourbon Street curse. The way that you said it when you first threw it my way. It used to roll off of my tongue. All I want to write, be the whisper in the middle of the night. An echo in my head, a line in every song. First time I heard it, it's all I ever wanted to say. But lately I've been hating your name. Last night I turned the movie off, 'cause the best friend had the same one. I even find myself correcting everybody when they're saying it wrong. When I hear the first letter, I hope it ends better than the one I used to love. Back when I let it roll off of my tongue, all I want to write, be the whisper in the middle of the night. An echo in my head, a line in every song. First time I heard it, it's all I ever wanted to say. But lately I've been hating your name. I wanna scratch it out the heart we carved out back. Wanna forget how you first looked so good with my life. Let it roll off of my tongue. All I wanna write, be the whisper in the middle of the night. An echo in my head, a line in every song. First time I heard it, it's all I ever wanted to say. But lately I've been hating your name. Girl, it ain't sounding the same.
the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is New Music Friday. I'm playing the best in new country music, and I've got some great radio interviews tonight. You get to hear the story behind these next three songs with DJ Rittenhouse, Daniel Rittenhouse. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for doing the program. I appreciate the time. And you found me on the internet and here a while back, and been a little while now. You've been coming into my TikToks and hanging out with us on Facebook and really supporting the show, and I appreciate that. And it's a pleasure to play your music.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. I appreciate you doing what you do.
Well, thank you so much. It is a pleasure to play what I call new country's best, and that's exactly the kind of music you make. I can say that behind every song.
I'll try my best.
You betcha. And we just got a third song tonight called Let It Roll. I'm going to play it for the first time tonight, so we're looking forward to that. And it's going to make its debut tonight. So I've played your other songs for a time or two, but tell us about yourself now. You were telling me you were from up in around Maryland, right?
Yes, sir. The good old Eastern Shore of Maryland.
Okay. Born and raised up there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Awesome. And so tell us how you got into music and what made you want to do something in it.
Well, my dad was a pastor growing up, and my mom was the worship leader, and she taught me how to sing. I was 5 years old singing in church, so
wow.
We would actually go to prisons and sing for the inmates, and hospitals to sing for the sick, and nursing homes for the elderly, and so we kind of traveled around as a family singing, and so that's kind of where I got my start.
Wow. Now, at 5 years old, your voice has probably changed a lot since you started singing at 5, and you've got more of a deep and gravelly voice, but it sounds unique. I've never heard anybody like you when you started singing and sent me your first song. I was like, wow, this is different. Really good.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, you definitely have a voice that is unique in the world of country music. You got a unique name in the world of country music. You go by DJ Rittenhouse. We'll tell all that in your social media and everything. But now, growing up at 5 years old and doing it, are you an only child? Do you have any brothers and sisters that sing too, or what?
Yeah, we all sing. It's 5 of us total. I've got two sisters and 2 brothers.
2 sisters and 2 brothers. I'm the oldest of 4 brothers, so there's 5 boys.
Big family.
Yeah, big families. You got a good mix, though. 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Awesome.
That's right.
So you got people to do your own duets with right there in your own family. How about that?
Yeah, if we can get along that long.
Right. Yeah. I saw a sign the other day. The store said we're family friendly, and I was like, well, I ain't stepping in there.
Right.
No, that's good though. And we got a pretty cool radio family here too. Every night we go on the air, and you're one of those people. You've been coming in and like I said, and supporting everything we got going on. So welcome to the family, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Good to have you. Now, did you realize at a very young age, singing at 5, that you had that talent and you were going to take it further, or have any of your brothers and sisters been like you too and taken it further?
No, I'm the only one that's really decided to do anything with it. I didn't really, of course, I didn't know at 5 years old what I'd be doing, but music has always been a part of who I am. And it's really helped me get through a lot of trouble and heartache in my life. And as a teenager, like 15 years old, I started playing the drums. That's my primary instrument, and started writing songs then as well.
Okay, awesome. Now I saw a post here the other day that you and Madison Sharp, you put her in that post too. Are you guys like signed to the same indie label or something, or what?
We have the same manager.
Same manager, okay. I was wondering about that.
Red Dirt Disciple.
Red Dirt Disciple. I love that because, I seen you tagged them in it, and they made some comments about you being on this program tonight, so I know they're listening as well. And Madison, she's from Missouri, and I've played her a few times too, and hope to interview her. I've got to reach out to her and get her on the program too. She's from Moberly, Missouri, so that's awesome.
Yeah, Madison, get on the stick.
There you go. Absolutely. Well, she'll be a fun interview too. She's got some real talent and some great songs. And
oh yeah.
So, and there's another collaboration for you, and you guys maybe already have talked about that, maybe doing something together. I don't know.
Yeah, we're planning on doing some stuff together.
That is awesome. You know, it's a lot of work being an independent artist. I say this all the time. And, you know, building a brand, getting yourself out there. You said you already love doing these radio interviews, so I'm probably not the first one you've done, and you're pretty good at it so far, too.
Yeah, I try. I've had a little bit of practice. You know, Red Dirt Disciple, actually, he's interviewed me a couple times. And, you know, I've done other interviews on TikTok and radio. And, you know, I love to share my story. I love people knowing where, you know, I came from and the things that I've been through, and you know, how the songs are kind of written from those places in life.
Right. Well, tell us about that, because I'm looking at a real cool logo that you built too, and it's a lot of work, like I say, building a brand and picking a logo out. You got a guitar, it's got wings on it. It says Rittenhouse Music, established in 1977. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah, tell
40 years old strong.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. So, tell us that story and some of the things that you've been through, and not only of what you've already told us about helping others too. You know, singing in churches and stuff. That is so commendable.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, again, I started playing the drums at the age of 15, and you know, I've always had a heart for music. I've always wanted to do it. And as a kid, you know, I had a really rough life. Even being a preacher's kid, you know, doesn't mean that you don't go through stuff. You know,
right?
I had a really hard upbringing. Dad was, you know, battling some demons of his own. He was pretty mean. I like to say he was mean as a rattlesnake, but you know, things change over time, and me and my dad have a great relationship now, so can't ask for nothing better. But you know, because I lived in a violent home, you know, I was also bullied a lot in school because we were poor kids, didn't have anything, so it turns you into an angry person, and because of that anger, I got in a lot of trouble as a kid, and I got locked up for it. And I can remember being in jail and thinking to myself, you know, this is not the life that I want to live. And, you know, I got out of jail, and I made up my mind that I was going to go to church and get my head on straight, and ended up getting married and, you know, having kids young, and you know, just started leading worship in church. As a matter of fact, at the age of 20, I became a worship leader, and I, you know, I did it for free, and I did it because I love to do it. And you know, some things happened in that particular time period where my daughter, she was the age of 6 years old. She ended up getting hurt, and I can't really say because you're going to hear this on TikTok what happened, but you can kind of put the pieces together. The person who did what they did ended up getting 18 years in prison because of it. And you know, at the same time, my son, you know, he was there in the room when it happened, and he was held at knife point, and they told him that he was going to lose his life if he said anything. So those kind of things, you know, have really set me back. You know, I dealt with a lot of depression because of that, and I know that I would be further than what I am now had those things not happened, because you know, that kind of leaves a mark, and you know, you tend to get scarred pretty good on that, and you know, because I was so depressed, my then wife ended up divorcing me because I checked out, you know, emotionally, and I just couldn't pull myself out of it. And then I met the woman that I'm with now in the midst of, you know, the divorce, and I wrote a song about that particular situation. It's not on the list that you have, but it's called On the Inside. It's one of my releases. You know, that song, you know, is about my wife. You know, she kind of came into my life when it was dark, and it changed who I was on the inside. And I that's why I wrote that song. And, you know, it's just been, you know, an uphill battle, to say the least, to get to where I am now. I know, you know, according to industry standards, you're kind of late in the game, but it's still in my heart, and I'm still willing to work as hard as everybody else. And, you know, I've had a lot of life happen, but here I am, and I'm going to keep moving and going to keep plugging because I know that there's a greater reason behind all the pain that I've been through. You can hear it in my voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, you're doing God's work too, brother. I'll just say that because you're helping people heal from going through the same things. Maybe they're going through it right now at this very time. And with being on this program, we're putting you out to 13 other radio stations around the world. So you're making an impact on the world right now, whether you realize it or not. And music is therapeutic for not only you, but for those that you're trying to help. And you're doing it through your music as well.
Yes, sir. I know that, and I really appreciate that aspect of what music does.
Yeah.
I don't just have the country music that I've released. I also have a worship part of what I do, and I have a couple releases under that. That's called The Darkness Lies. I've got a couple songs released under that, and I have more coming for that as well.
Yeah.
It just takes money, and it takes a lot of it.
Right, it sure does. I'll tell you what, you're probably inspired by a guy by the name of Jelly Roll, too, maybe a little bit. He just won a Grammy last Sunday, and he was talking about that, kind of story of his that, he was in jail and in prison and all of the things that he's went through, But, he's a believer, and all of that time, that he was sitting there in a jail cell, too. He had the Bible in one hand and a notebook in the other to write these songs. And here he is now, and making a huge impact on the world with his music as well. So I feel that way about you, man. Just the sky's the limit. Who knows, huh?
Yes, sir. Honestly, to me, Jelly Roll would be a great deal for me. I really respect where he used to be and who he's becoming, and again, it has a lot to do with surrender, and it has a lot to do with the gift that God gave you and using it for the right purpose.
Yep, absolutely. Well, until tonight, we have never talked, and that's usually how it is the first time when I do these radio interviews. I like them to be off the cuff and unique, and boy, what a story you have, and you've already told. But these next three songs, we want to hear the stories behind, and I love the title of this first one. It's called Dirt Road Alibi. Tell us about it.
That song was written about my now wife, my wife Jamie. She came to me one day and she's like, because we've only been married for 9 years. Mm-hmm. She came to me one day. She said, "I wonder what it would have been like if we were together when we were younger." And it sparked that song. It came out of that, because when I was younger, I already explained, I was a troublemaker. As a child, I got in a lot of trouble, but we probably would have been in some trouble. So, we were running from authority, and that whole song just capitalizes on that and explains, what it would have been like if, we would have been together as kids,
Uh-huh. Yep, absolutely. Well, God puts things in the right place at the right time, doesn't he? He put you on this program at the right time, I feel, to be able to tell these stories, to have these songs now that you have, because you just recently sent me the third one that we're going to play tonight. So you're still new to this game. And even though you said, like, you might be a little bit late in the game, man, I've always felt age is just a number and talent is talent. You've got that talent and you've got the stories to tell, and you're going to make a huge impact in the world of music, I think.
I appreciate that. It means a lot.
You're welcome. We're going to play DJ Rittenhouse, Dirt Road Alibi. Then we're going to come back and talk about another one I love playing. It's called Country Runs Deep. And we are on the Tim Kelly Show tonight on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
Your daddy met me at the front door, helping on giving me the what for. I didn't hear a word that he was saying, 'cause my mind was racing down a one-lane country back road. Mud tires humming us a love song. I couldn't tell what you were thinking, but my heart was racing. We kiss, I feel your heartbeat. Just living this dirt road alibi. Push the Chevy to the floorboard. Hook a left by the old store. Run from the blue lights chasing. All we wanted was just a little more. Consequences didn't mean a thing. With my shotgun beauty queen, I knew what you were thinking. Our hearts are racing. We run, we ride. You and me in the front seat, sliding sideways across this county line. Two hearts collide. With every kiss, I feel your heartbeat. Just living this dirt road alibi.
His name is DJ Rittenhouse. The song is called Dirt Road Alibi. Fantastic song, and what great stories you've been telling, my friend. And we still got another segment to go. Thank you for doing this tonight.
Yes, sir. Again, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I've interviewed several artists from up there in Maryland. I was telling you about a buddy of mine who's in the Songwriter Showcase. He's writing some great songs, and he lives up there around Annapolis, Maryland. You got a pretty good music scene up there, I believe, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, there's all kinds of places around here, like on the Eastern Shore, where people go and play music. And you know, I've gone to a couple of those places and done some stuff. And you know, my primary place to go sing naturally has been in church because, again, I was a worship leader. But you know, the country music is kind of, it's not new to me as far as you know, singing it. But it's new to me as far as releasing it because, like, again, I've always been known as the worship leader. So I wanted to share that side of me with the world as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I talk about songwriting all the time, and you've got some great songs here tonight. The next two we're going to talk about here in a minute. But what is your writing style? Are you kind of more lyric-based? Or since you played drums, do you have to hear a beat and a melody? Or is it maybe a combination of both?
It's a combination of everything, really. You know, sometimes I'll get lyrics. But most of the time I get melodies because you can't write a song without a melody.
Right.
And I'll wake up in the middle of the night and have melodies in my head. I can literally hear all the music. Sometimes it's the orchestra even in my head, just this music playing. And I get up and I grab my phone because if you don't record it, you'll lose it. And even in the middle of the night, it might be 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll go out of the bedroom so I don't wake my wife up and go record, you know, what I have, what I'm hearing in my head. So,
speaking of orchestra, you've probably heard some really good ones in church and singing in church like you did growing up too, huh?
Yeah, being a worship leader, I went to a church in Dover, Delaware called Destiny Christian Church. They've since closed down, but I got to play with some world-class musicians. I mean, these guys were phenomenal.
That is awesome. Now, do you play any instruments? And if so, did you teach yourself or did you take lessons or what?
I play the keyboard, I play the guitar, and I play the drums. I'm not great at the keyboard or the guitar. I'm just okay. But the drums, all of it, I taught myself how to do.
That's awesome. Well, your production on these songs is fantastic. So putting a song together and wrapping it up in 4 minutes or so, 3 or 4 minutes, I love talking about that too because it takes a whole lot longer than that to get that 3 or 4 minute song done, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, sometimes it takes months.
Yeah, it sure does. And putting those ideas out to the world sometimes takes a long time. You know, you all the things that you've had going on and everything, you know, sometimes gets suppressed, like you talked about. You know, things can be put on the back burner for a long, long time. I've talked to artists that have had songs in the 90s that they wrote, and they're just now releasing them to radio. So that does happen.
Right. It does. I've got songs that I haven't released that are about my childhood and such, and you know, there's other songs that are in the works, but it's all a process, and you know, sometimes you might sit on a song for a few years before you even do anything with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then other artists tell me, you know, hey, I wrote that song in an hour or less than an hour, and they're like, those are the best ones sometimes.
Yeah, Dirt Road Alibi was written in about 30 minutes.
30 minutes. There you go. I love it. So, you know, right? And it's just like there's another time where God's in control of everything. His timing is perfect, and we don't ever question that.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Well, thank you for doing that. His will, and thank you for being here tonight. It's been a pleasure. Let's talk about Country Runs Deep, and then Let It Roll, your brand new song that I'm going to play for the first time.
Well, Country Runs Deep is my newest one. It just dropped January 26th on my son's birthday. That song was written as a tribute to my home, because I'm in the middle of trying to sell my house right now, and we're planning on moving down south. So, you know, the picture is actually the end of my driveway in my mailbox, and the sunset, and it just kind of spoke to me. You know, it's kind of like a farewell to where I grew up.
Now, when you say down south, are you leaving Maryland, or are you just staying somewhere a little further south in the state?
No, we're going to move south, either Tennessee or Texas, one or the other.
Oh, how about that? Way south. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, on the way to Texas, Branson's right in the middle, so come see me sometime, will you? Holler at me.
I will.
That'll be awesome. Your grandson or your son's birthday is the same day, January 26th, as one of my grandsons.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is cool. Well, tell us about the third song, Let It Roll. I love this one too.
Let It Roll was one of those songs that I wrote about 10 years ago, believe it or not. Maybe even 12 years ago. I just never released it. And, just got to kicking it around with a couple of friends and my stepsons and my stepson Daniel actually encouraged me to finish writing it, and that's what I did. And it's just about being a country boy and doing country things.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear a little bit of rock and roll influence maybe in this song though too. Did you have some of those groups that you listened to growing up that you incorporated into the countryside of it?
Oh, absolutely. I spent a lot of time with my uncles when I was a kid. My Uncle Michael in particular, he kind of introduced me to a whole different spectrum of music. And I'm talking Southern rock, classic rock, country music. And of course I had the gospel music from my parents, and it's kind of all mixed in there together.
Love it. That's what's happening in country. And if you go down to Texas, they got this Texas red dirt country that I say is its own animal. And so it's real popular. And I'm on a couple of radio stations down there in Texas too. So, boy, that isn't a bad place to move if you want to do something in country music.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I realized. The Texas scene is really blowing up, and it has in the past 10 years. It's really become something of its own entity. So. Yep,
absolutely. They've even got the Texas Country Music Association. I'm friends with Linda King Wilson that started that, and they do an award show every year. And for the last several years, she's been doing it at Billy Bob's, Texas, and that may be a place on your bucket list that you want to perform at.
It may be.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Daniel, and DJ Rittenhouse for doing this tonight. It's been a blast.
Yes, sir.
Where can folks find you on social media if they want to check out more of your music as it comes out? And definitely they'll be checking it out on this show, but where else?
Well, I spend a lot of time on TikTok, and it's DJ Rittenhouse. You can find me on there pretty easily.
Okay.
Facebook, it's Daniel Joseph Rittenhouse /music. I'm on Instagram under DJ Rittenhouse Music, and also the Darkness Lies band. Both of those are mine. You can find the Darkness Lies and DJ Rittenhouse on any streaming platform.
Awesome. Well, you're an inspiration to all of us, and especially your family. I know you're making them proud, and big shout out to them and your record label and everybody listening tonight. This has been a fun interview. Thanks for doing it.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure having you on. We're going to play Country Runs Deep, and then we're going to let it roll to kick off the top of the next hour on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
Tennessee mountaintop, but where I come from, we work hard for $1. We break our backs all week just to make a few $100. We may not look like where you're from, we may not look like where you're from, but man, these roots run deep in us. 'Cause we're tailgates by a bonfire, Sunday morning in a church choir, singing just as I am, sneaking out after midnight, a swimming hole under moonlight. It made me who I am. We may not look like where you're from, but country runs deep in her blood. We all grew up on the outskirts of small towns. We were washed in the blood and river baptized in these backward hometowns where everything seems to slow down. We bow our heads in thanks to the God we want tonight. We may not look like where you're from, we may not look like where you're from, but man, these roots run deep in us. 'Cause we're tailgates by a bonfire, Sunday morning in a church choir, singing just as I am, just as I am, sneaking out after midnight, a swimming hole under moonlight. It made me who I am. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. We're a little lost and a little found. Till you all come back around, we'll leave the light on. 'Cause we're tailgates by a bonfire, Sunday morning in a church choir, singing just as I am, just as I am, sneaking out after midnight, a swimming hole under moonlight. It made me who I am. We may not look like where you're from, but country runs deep in her blood. Country runs deep in her blood. May not look like where you're from.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Back 40 on a Friday night, circled up in the headlights, raising Cain to the break of dawn. kites flying like the 4th of July. 'Cause we came here to have a good time. Our daddies taught us how to work the land, to make a living, how to be a good man, and give thanks to the Lord above. We're country boys, but we got big plans. We ain't afraid to get dirt on our hands, and we ain't leaving until we're done. I don't know what you've been told, but these country boys ain't gonna run. So if you're driving through the country or down a lost and lonely highway, if you're ever around my way, let it roll. If you drive a Ford or jacked up Chevy, or a Dodge with a souped up Hemi, if you call yourself country, let it roll. Oh, let it roll. Oh, let it roll. So kick your tires and light the bonfires, and we won't stop, so you better not try it. I don't know what you've been told, but these country boys ain't gonna run. So if you're driving through the country, down a lost and lonely highway, if you're ever around my way, let it roll. So keep your tires and light the bonfire. If you drive a Ford, jacked up Chevy, or a Dodge with a souped up Hemi, if you call yourself country, let it roll. Stop, so you better not try it. Let it roll.
His name is DJ Rittenhouse, Daniel Joseph Rittenhouse on Facebook, if you want to check him out over there as well. And thank you for a great radio interview tonight, and we have let it roll into hour number 3. Daniel Joseph Rittenhouse, and that interview is already in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. That's where it came from. You can check it out again if you missed it tonight on KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and hit the Tim Kelly Show interview archives tab. Welcome to the third hour of the Tim Kelly Show from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And we've got a great live show for you, 60 more minutes of the best in new country music. All music from here on out tonight on this Good Friday. Every Friday is a Good Friday, but this one especially because this weekend is Easter. And I hope you guys have a happy and safe Easter Sunday weekend as well. Anna Scott is going to kick off this hour with her brand new single, First Round Pick. Anna Scott Music on social media and hanging out with us tonight on TikTok Live on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Sitting here with a beer on draft, ain't hard to tell what you're looking at. Well, by the way, baby, it's a strong maybe if you're thinking about making that pass. Sipping there on the sideline, trying to pick out your pickup line. Well, if you take too long, I'll be long gone. Let me tell you why. I won't be here till the last round. Won't be waiting around when the clock runs out and you're sloppy drunk and about passed out. Don't fumble this, babe, on the first down. Ain't playing the games that some girls do. I'm a hell of a cat, so come and make your move. Ain't no take me home only cause it's last call chick. Baby, I'm a first round pick. But now you're only one drink in, and it's looking like a guaranteed win. Well, if you get a few doubles, gonna get in real trouble, so you better make a call real quick. No, I won't be here till the last round. Won't be waiting around when the clock runs out and you're sloppy drunk and about passed out. Don't fumble
this babe on the first down. Ain't playing the games that some girls do. I'm a hell of a cat, so come and make your move. Ain't no take me home only cause it's last call chick. Baby, I'm a first round pick. Ain't no scoreboard keeping track. But before you throw another one back, no, I won't be here till the last round. Won't be waiting around when the clock runs out and you're sloppy drunk and about passed out. Don't fumble this, babe, on the first down. Ain't playing the games that some girls do. I'm a hell of a cat, so come and make your move. Ain't no take me home only cause it's last call chick. Baby, I'm a first round pick. First round pick. Baby, I'm a first round. Baby, I'm a first round. Baby, I'm a first round pick. Baby, I'm a first round. Baby, I'm a first round. Baby, I'm a first round. I'm a first round.
This hour of the Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Trisha Marie Music. Check out Trisha Marie Music on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and on TikTok at Trisha Marie 00.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
These hometown boys just like me too much, and I've had enough. They say that they like my outfit, or they like my smile, or they like my touch.
I think I like you, but maybe I don't. If I do, I won't admit it.
And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for. I know how your hometown boys can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be the truth. And I can't tell you. These hometown girls just like me too much, and I've had enough.
She says that she likes my truck, or she likes my hair, or she likes my touch.
I think I like you, but maybe I don't. If I do, I won't admit it. And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for. I know how you hometown boys can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be the truth. And I can't tell you. Oh, you're a bad, bad girl. Oh, you're a bad, bad boy. And I know how you hometown people are.
And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for.
I know how your hometown people can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be
Trisha Marie. That is called Hometown People. That's a great duet with a friend of hers that she did, and she calls him a brother, but they are that close. They sound good together too, don't they? I love that. And Trisha Marie is also a sponsor of the Tim Kelly Show. You can check her out on the sponsors tab at KICRNDCountryRadio.com. Click her logo, and it'll take you to all the things that she's got going on. She's fantastic, always coming up with something new as well. And she is also the director of New Artist Promotions, helping me find more great talent to put on the radio from the state of Michigan. I put this gentleman on the radio here a couple of weeks ago in a great radio interview. He sent me a brand new song to play for tonight. His name is Chris Hughes. Chris Hughes Music on social media. This is called Up in the Air on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's best on New Music Friday.
Backyard in the summertime, days moving slow, barefoot in her cotton dress, her daddy's hands as strong as oak. He'd count to 3 and lift her high before he'd let her go, so high she could touch the sky. He'd always let her know, up in the air, everything will be just fine, I swear. Just hold on tight, don't let go. When things get hard and it feels like more than you can bear, your daddy's got you up in the air. Lost him just a year ago and left a hole inside. Now she's laying in that same old bed, and it's her turn to fight. She thinks about him on those long nights when they change those vials. She might never ring that bell, but daddy's words still make her smile. Up in the air, everything will be just fine, I swear. Just hold on tight, don't let go. When things get hard and it feels like more than you can bear, your daddy's got you up in the air. Lost her on a Sunday night when the Lord called her home. Through those gates into the light, we felt a pain we'd never known. Now she's home up in that sky, an answer to our prayer. And when she got to the other side, her daddy's arms were waiting there. Up in the air, everything will be just fine, I swear. Just take your flight and let go in the arms of the Father with eternity to share. Your daddy's got you up in the air. Daddy's got you up in the air.
Here we go, Tim Kelly on your radio. Fresh new country shining through. Indie voices made for you. It's the
the Tim Kelly Show. New country's best, let it roll. Indie stars and stories told. Radio interviews, heart and soul. The Tim Kelly Show, where new country takes control.
Pulled up deep in the woods where the pine trees lean. Tailgates down and we're set in the scene. Speakers blasting, cooler packed, mud on the tires and we ain't looking back. Yeah, hands in the air when the beat drops loud. We turn it up when the sun goes down. We raise it up like Friday night. Boots in the dirt and the fire's burning bright. Sing it loud, don't care who sees. It's back road parties where we feel free. Shake the ground, let the good times hit. If you ain't sweating, you ain't lived it yet. Bonfire crackling in the tailgate shade. Somebody jumped in the creek by mistake. Uncle Maddie's dancing with a boot in hand, and someone turned the dog bowl into a beer can. Yeah, hands in the air when the beat drops loud. We turn it up when the sun goes down. We raise it up like Friday night. Boots in the dirt and the fire's burning bright. Sing it loud, don't care who sees. It's back road parties where we feel free. Shake the ground, let the good times hit. If you ain't sweating, you ain't lived it yet. Yeah. One more round, one more song. Ain't going home till the fire's gone. Boots in the dust and the night's still young. We broke 3 chairs and the vibe's still strong. We raise it up like Friday night. Boots in the dirt and the fire's burning bright. Sing it loud, don't care who sees. It's back road parties where we feel free. Shake the ground, let the good times hit. If you ain't sweating, you ain't lived it yet. Uncle Maddie's still going, I'll bet.
Turning this backroad party Friday night into a backroad party. That's the title of the song, Backroad Party from Allie Ray. It is ALY, capital RHAE, all one word. Go check her out on social media. She does a lot of content on TikTok as well, and she is fantastic. Allie Ray. How about my good friend TJ Brown from Australia? One of his great songs called Under Southern Skies from TJ Brown on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
Out here with a red dirt meets the rain. I never thought I'd feel this way again. But then you smile and the world slowed down. A quiet kind of love in a small town sound. Under southern skies I found you, a steady heart I can hold on to. No rodeo ride, no neon light, just your hand in mine on a starry night. And I thank my stars, I thank my life for the love I found under southern skies. We don't need the crowd or the city lights. It's just a fire burning slow through the country night. Every road I walked, it led me here to the kind of love that feels so clear. Under southern skies
no rodeo ride, no neon light, just your hand in mine on a starry night. And I thank my stars, I thank my life for the love I found under southern skies. And if the world don't understand, I'll still be your man, your biggest fan. Through the dust, through the years, I'll stand by you. Through the joy, through the tears, under southern skies I've found you, a steady heart I can hold on to. No rodeo ride, no neon light, just your hand in mine on a starry night. And I thank my stars, I thank my life for the love I found under southern skies.
You're listening to The Tim Kelly Show's new music, Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best.
Cowgirl boots and a bow red lip, hands on hips, got a natural dip. She ain't out here for a man or a prize, she just came to move and hypnotize. Left cheek pop, now switch to the right. Circle it slow, now bounce it tight. Drop it down low, but keep it smooth. When the beat hits, you know the move. Now wiggle to the left, shake it to the side. Pop it in a circle, then let it glide. Bend those knees, hands on your thighs. Now back it up slow and give them that smile. Twist it once, roll it twice. Girl, you're on fire on a Friday night. No need to slide because real women jiggle. Just work that groove, do the cowgirl wiggle. They ain't ready when the girls take lead with a whole lot of sass and a two-step tease. You don't need rhythm, just attitude. It's a full-blown mood when you move like you do. Left hip sway, then double tap. Slide it on out, then bring it back. Spin pose, give them the look. This ain't no line dance, it's a baby hook. Now wiggle to the left, shake to the side. Pop it in a circle, then let it glide. Bend those knees, hands on your thighs. Now back it up slow and give them that smile. Twist it once, roll it twice. Girl, you're on fire on a Friday night. No need to slide because real women jiggle. Just work that groove, do that cowgirl wiggle. Pop that booty out, roll it smooth, let it loose. You got the moves, dip it low, raise it up proud. Now shake it like you run this whole damn crowd. Wiggle to the left, shake to the side. Make that dance floor come alive. Turn and twist, thing glide in style. On that space and drive them wild. Twist it once and roll it twice. Girl, you're burning bright like a rodeo light. Let them stare, it's okay to giggle. You just lit the night with that cowgirl wiggle. It ain't about him, this is about you, honey. Shake it one more time and ride.
Oh my goodness. Now we got you doing the cowgirl wiggle on a Friday night. That is Mike Rogers, the great nephew of the late, great Kenny Rogers. Mike Rogers Music is where you can find him on social media. That is called Cowgirl Wiggle. What a great dancing song for a Friday night party night. And we absolutely love that. I'm looking forward to our radio interview that is coming up. Mike Rogers Music on social media. And you can also check out my full live interview schedule of upcoming interviews at the bottom of the homepage at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. I have interviewed this next gentleman. He is from north of the border in Canada. His name is Terrence Hart, H-A-R-T, Terrence Hart Music, and this is called I've Had Enough. Not yet. We got about 30 minutes to go on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Lost in a sea of lies and deception, drifting away from the world I knew, caught in a wave that keeps getting stronger, knocking me down no matter what I do. I can feel a storm inside me rising, breaking the chains holding me down. I can hear the wind is calling my name, leading the way to a higher ground. I've had enough, wasting my time watching the world go down in flames. I've had enough, waiting in line, hoping for a savior to take the blame. I've had enough of all these crimes, fake promises, and neon signs. Yeah, I've had enough. I've had enough. I've sailed through cities that are built on sand, where the towers rise but never stand, where the tide pulls hard on every dream, but nothing is ever really what it seems. So I anchored down where the wild grass grows, where rivers speak and the cold wind blows. I trade the sirens for the song of birds and find my truth in the silence of words. I've had enough, wasting my time watching the world go down in flames. I've had enough, waiting in line, hoping for a savior to take the blame. I've had enough of all these crimes, fake promises, and neon signs. Yeah, I've had enough. I've had enough. Let the ocean breathe and the mountains speak. Let silence fall where the wild runs deep. No more wires, no more screens, just morning light and midnight dreams. I'll trade the noise for the whispering trees and find my truth in moments like these. I've had enough of wasting my time watching the world go down in flames. I've had enough of waiting in line, hoping for a savior to take the blame. I've had enough of all these crimes, fake promises, and neon signs. Yeah, I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough.
Kicking off your Friday, turn it up, don't wait. Fresh tracks on the highway, yeah, it's sounding great. It's the Tim Kelly Show, New Music Friday, the best in new indie country coming your way. From small town bars to the big main stage glow, New Music Friday on the Tim Kelly Show. Do the tattoo, you can't explain. Lifelong reminder of a short spring break. Here's to the streetlights flying right past, the first car you wish you had back. Here's to the boots on the barroom floor, always ready for more. Here's to the wild ones, the last call proud, the dirt road hearts in the neon crowd, the loud ones up all night and scream the words to every song without a mind. For the ones still dancing when the lights come on. Here's to the wild ones. Here's to the friends that we can't forget, shouldn't have did, that we don't regret. Here's to the stories that can't be told, had to be there if you know you know. Here's to the risks we ain't afraid to take, memories we're about to make. Here's to the wild ones, the last call proud, the dirt road hearts in the neon crowd, the loud ones up all night and scream the words to every song without a mic. For the ones still dancing when the lights come on. Here's to the wild ones, the wild ones. If you're here to live while you're alive, I'm here to raise my glass up high. Here's to the wild ones, the last call proud, the dirt road hearts in the neon crowd, the loud ones up all night, they scream the words to every song without a mic. For the ones still dancing when the lights come on. Here's to the wild ones, the wild ones, here's to the wild ones, here's to the wild ones.
That is brand new music from my good friends of Hurricane Highway, Ed Holland and the bunch. Ed Holland is the lead singer over there. That is from Ireland is where they're from, but they come over here to the United States and record their hit songs in Nashville. That one is called Here's to the Wild Ones, so we'll send it right out to all you guys because we're getting wild on this New Music Friday party kind of a night. We're going to slow it down now with a great ballad from a young lady who is 14 years young and has been a special guest on my show twice, from Arizona, my good friend Ariel Franz. It Almost Makes Me Cry on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
You tell me you were wrong to ever let me go. There was a time I would have died to hear you say that. I used to break down at the sight or sound of you across the room. The pain was so bad. Now you're standing here with both arms open wide, asking me for one more try. It almost makes me cry, almost but not quite. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart, and as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. Days without you went by like razors and knives that carved up my will for surviving. But time dulled the blades and healed the cuts they made. I can't forget
This is Beverly Brown Sims, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best.
I sold my cowboy boots on eBay. My Johnny Cash guitar, yeah, it's falling apart. Hell, I never even had time to learn to play. All my Wranglers are all worn out. Now they don't fit the same. I'll have to take to account I put on a couple pounds since she went away. Now Willie tried to tell my mama, don't let him grow up the cowboy way. Man, if she'd have been paying attention, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I sure don't want to be a cowboy anymore. Right off into the sunset with saddle sores. My truck's on blocks, my dog ran away. I lost my girl. And man, these gnarly-hide chaps are chafing my thigh. Too many tears in my beer from goodbye. Man, I don't want to be a cowboy anymore. I threw out my back on the bull. Tried to thrill the girls, they weren't impressed at all. Cowboy thinks he can do anything with alcohol. Even if mama tried to warn me, I wouldn't have listened. Yeah, I was all up in myself, trying to be John Wayne. Couldn't see what I was missing. No, I don't want to be a cowboy anymore. Right off into the sunset with saddle sores. I want to keep my truck, my dog, and my girl. And damn these gnarly-hide chaps, they're chafing my thigh. Too many tears in my beer from goodbye. I don't want to be a cowboy anymore. No, I ain't gonna be a cowboy anymore. Cut up my credit card from the Western store. Hey, my truck's fixed. Dog came home. Here's my girl. Never really did acquire a taste for squirrel. Don't get me wrong, I still love Merle. I just don't want to be a cowboy anymore. Happy trails.
Oh, I love that song. Perfect for a New Music Friday party kind of night as well. His name is John Boltman. That is called Don't Want to Be a Cowboy Anymore. Well, maybe you saw a cowboy western called True Grit back in the day. John Wayne did it, and it's been remade before as well, so it's a great movie. But this song is simply called Grit. It's the new song from Mike Sudinsky. SudsOnTheMic.com is where you can find him, and you can find him right now on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Didn't see that one coming. It hit me out of the blue. It knocked me down for a moment. What am I gonna do? My pride has been shaking. Doubt is creeping in. Nobody's gonna lend a hand. Is the devil gonna win? Gotta grab my bootstraps, pick my ass off the floor. Dust me off, straighten my hat, reach for that bottle and more. 'Cause right now, more than ever, I need a little grit. G4, get it done. I'll start right now. It's all up to me. See, we'll take no prisoners. Sometimes you just gotta inside your soul, especially on those rainy days. When everything relies on you, you find the I in team. There is no plan or path to walk, you know what I mean. Gotta grab my bootstraps, pick my ass off the floor, dust me off, straighten my hat, reach for that bottle and more. 'Cause right now, more than ever, I need a little grit. G4, get it done, I'll start right now. It's all up to me. He will take no prisoners, sometimes you just gotta find a little grit. Gotta grab my bootstraps, pick my ass off the floor, dust me off, straighten my hat, reach for that bottle and more. Right now, more than ever, I need a little breath. G4, get it done, I'll start right now. It's all up to me. T will take no prisoners, sometimes you just gotta find a little grit. Grit.
You're listening to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio.
Are you tired of your journey? Are you tired of your burden? Come lay down. Hello, proudy girl, so far and so alone. It's time to come back home and lay down. There is no fear in the presence of his love. It's always been enough, come lay it down. There is no shame, stand against his grace. He knows all your ways, so lay it down. Lay it down at the cross, lay it down and count it lost. For the sake of Jesus, his eyes are spread wide. Lay it down and count it down. Lay it down so you can run to the eyes of Jesus. There you can abide. Yes, there you can abide. There is no toil to bring you back again, to make up for what you did, so lay it down. His yoke is easy and his burden light. Life at home with Jesus by your side, and lay it down. Lay it down at the cross. Lay it down and count it lost. For the sake of Jesus, his arms are spread wide. Lay it down and count it down. Lay it down so you can run to the arms of Jesus. There you can abide. Cast your burdens to the Lord, all your shame and all your hurt. For his love is greater than you know. Cast your worries and your fears to he who wipes away the tears. For his love is greater than you know. Cast your burdens to the Lord, all your shame and all your hurt. For his love is greater than you know. Jesus, his arms I spread wide, and lay it down and count it done. Lay it down so you can run to the arms of Jesus. They can abide. Lay it down and cross. Lay it down and count it lost for the sake of Jesus. His arms I spread wide. Lay it down and count it done. Lay it down so you can run to the arms of Jesus. There you can abide. Cast your burdens to the Lord, all your shame and all your hurt, for his love is greater than you know. Cast your worries and your fears to he who wipes away the tears, for his love is greater than you know.
This is Katie Lee Russell, and you're listening to The Tim Kelly Show, New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best.
God's in the business of miracles. My life has been redeemed. God's in the business of miracles. Death has no grip on me. I've entered into Jesus' rest for all eternity. God's in the business of miracles. He saved me supernaturally. Once I was like a dead man, so cold and all alone. I could feel my spirit sinking, and that chilled me to the bone. Sin had swallowed up my heart and caused my soul to grieve. But God in heaven heard my cry and gave me power to believe. God's in the business of miracles. My life has been redeemed. God's in the business of miracles. Death has no grip on me. I've entered into Jesus' rest for all eternity. God's in the business of miracles. He saved me supernaturally. God dwells divine. Among his many mansions, one's a promised home of mine. When I arrive at those pearly gates, I'll walk through heaven's door. No eye seen nor heart imagine what God has there in store. God's in the business of miracles. My life has been redeemed. God's in the business of miracles. Death has no grip on me. I've entered into Jesus' rest for all eternity. God's in the business of miracles. He saved me supernaturally. Whether you're a moment or light years from his grace, God's offering immortality, and there's no time to waste. Though he lives in highest heaven, his love is never far. So don't you fret the distance, he'll just meet you where you are. God's in the business of miracles. My life has been redeemed. God's in the business of miracles. Death has no grip on me. I've entered into Jesus' rest for all eternity. God's in the business of miracles. He saved me supernaturally. He saved me supernaturally. God's in the business of miracles.
Hey, this is Creed Fisher, and you're listening to The Tim Kelly Show, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
We could be backseat drinking, kissing at the river's edge, or under these stars. And you could call me crazy, say it ain't worth saving, but if you're wondering where we are, we're dirty dancing in the sawdust and in the mud and in the moonlight and in the love. I can't get enough of you. Just taking our time on the floorboard and on the floor underneath these neon doors. So baby, grab my hand, we'll dirty dance the night away, the night away. You know I don't need no music, you know how to move me. I'll follow your lead, and you can call me darling. Tell me that you're falling, and I'll fall in too deep. We're dirty dancing in the sawdust and in the mud and in the moonlight and in the love. I can't get enough of you. Just taking our time on the floorboard and on the floor underneath these neon doors. So baby, grab my hand, we'll dirty dance the night away, the night away. Take me to that place where it's just you and me, baby. Dirty dancing in the sawdust and in the mud and in the moonlight and in the love. I can't get enough of you. Just taking our time on the floorboard and on the floor underneath these neon doors. So baby, grab my hand, we'll dirty dance the night away, the night away.
She is making her radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday. She is from South Africa. She found me, and boy, I'm sure glad she did. Her name is Lainey Reichmuller, and that is called Dirty Dancing. You can check out the video to Dirty Dancing on my TV channel. That is ICTV. That stands for Indie Country Television. That is at the top of the homepage at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. That's going to do it for this new music edition of the Tim Kelly Show. And I want to thank my special guests, Randy Cobb and DJ Rittenhouse, for joining me on the program tonight as well. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. Oh. gym floor and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn me on. Oh, I'll see you on the radio. I'm young, I'm old, I'm country, I'm rock and roll. So turn me on and turn it up. Let me make you smile, make you cry, turn back the page